Hello everybody, my name is Jake. I hope you're having a good day. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about some of these the murders and stuff that happened with Charlie Kirk and the Ukraine woman um, Irina Zaruska. For the first thing I want to say, as I've seen in the news that they have caught the man that they think is responsible for Charlie Kirk's murder, so that's good news. It's never a good thing when you've got a criminal who killed somebody on the loose, so it's good that they caught him, and hopefully justice can be served. But something that I saw that was just, honest to goodness, one of the most disgusting things I've ever saw in my life was I saw in the news that it said that GoFundMe literally had to close down a page because somebody had opened up a page to raise money for the murderer of that Ukraine girl, Irina Zaruska. The black man that killed her. They were raising money for him, saying, say no to racism. And luckily GoFundMe closed the page down. So shout out to GoFundMe. But that is completely just disgusting. And I don't know if it was a joke or if it was that. But if it was a joke, it's not a nice joke. The Bible tells us to avoid coarse jesting. There's a type of joking around that's wicked. And dark humor, that involves trying to make jokes out of people's death and stuff like that is absolutely satanic. And it is against the Bible. Coarse jesting. There are wicked people out there who also are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. I've seen on YouTube somebody was showing different TikTok videos. Luckily, I'm not on TikTok, but, they were showing different TikTok videos of some of these losers that's celebrating, like, and playing music, because Charlie Kirk died. And I just want to say, people are so pathetic. They're such losers, to be honest. Such absolute losers to be sitting there and rejoicing over somebody that got killed. And they say, well, we're liberals. We don't agree with what he believed. And, not every Christian probably agrees with stuff that he said, because as I was looking up, wasn't very familiar with Charlie Kirk, but he's made a lot of controversial statements, even within the Christian community. He's made some controversial statements. But guys, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you agree with somebody or not. If you can't feel sorry for somebody who got unjustly murdered, then you're non-human. That's just the honest to goodness truth. I would not celebrate if some Democrat leader got killed. Now, some Republicans probably would. And for those people, I say, you're wicked too. I wouldn't. At the end of the day, I don't celebrate. I got upset when I saw people that seeming pretty happy when Pope Francis died. Just because they were Protestant. It's like, no, we don't, as Christians, we do not rejoice in people dying. We don't rejoice in people's deaths. Alright, we don't rejoice in that. Even when it comes to like the death penalty and things like that, I don't actually take no pleasure in anybody being put to death. I may recognize that, that it has to be done, by the law in order to be able to preserve justice, but I don't sit there and like over it, because I'm not a satanic person. But these sadistic, wicked, modern day people, some of them, they're just wicked. That's all you can really say about it. I mean, they're satanic. They're bloodthirsty. They take pleasure in people's deaths. These same people would have celebrated when Jesus was on the cross. When you read that story, and don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing Charlie Kirk to Jesus or the girl, but just hear me out, guys. When you read the Bible and you see how people was going, crucify him, the first thing that always goes through your mind, of course we're believers, but why in the world would anybody want Jesus to die so much? And that's what Pilate was saying. He was like, why? What has he done? Why do y'all hate this man so much? Crucify him! And that is the same mindset. Now again, I'm not comparing none of these people to Christ, But that's the same mindset that some of these liberal people have towards anybody who holds to Christian views or pretty much anti-LGBT views. That's the same mindset that a lot of these people have. Now, not all liberals is like that. There are some liberals that say, even though I don't agree with him, I still feel sorry for him that he died. Okay, well, they're fine. They're not necessarily Christians, but at least they're showing some human decency. But there are some people out there, and there's probably some of these people on the Republican side too, that rejoice in people's death. And that's satanic. Absolutely satanic. And they all need to repent. And anybody that's defending that black guy that killed the Ukraine girl, you better repent. God bless.